Hi everybody, in this video I would like to show you how to join two uh, lace crochet pieces together if you don't want to use a needle. I personally prefer a mattress stitch, and this seam here, its shoulder seam, is made with a needle and with a mattress stitch. But some people don't like stitching, they prefer a crochet hook. Once they get their hands on a crochet hook, they wouldn't let it go. So if you are one of those people and you like to crochet pieces together, that video might be helpful for you. So for the first method I will show you, we will be using slip stitches. So I already started this seam. Let me unravel it and start it again so I can show you how it's done. What you see here is two shaped shoulders. They are declined shoulders for better fitting. So the edges look a little bit irregular. I left a long tail at the beginning of the back side shoulder, and 4 or 5 times the length of the shoulder is usually enough to make that slip stitch seam. So I'm starting, because I'm right-handed, I'm working in this direction. I'm inserting hook in the corner stitch of the front side, which is for me the middle chain here. All right, and I'm going to pick up that working end and draw it through the stitch. And that is my first connection, first join between two sides. Now what we're going to do, making slip stitches in each stitch of this side, and occasionally take that loop off and join it to the other side. And you can do it on any stitch, but I recommend doing it like in the middle of chain spaces. Like you see here is we chained 3. So the good place to connect would be the second chain. After I make a slip stitch in the second chain, I'm going to join. So let's, better than talking, let's see how to do that, right? So make sure to tighten up this connection, the first one, and let's make next slip stitch and one more, and then we join. Slip stitch, I'm taking loop off the hook, and I'm going to insert hook in the middle chain of this chain 3 from the right side, pick up that loop and draw it through the stitch. Make sure it's not loose. And I'm making a slip stitch in the next chain. And here I have 2 double crochet together, slip stitch in that stitch. And then we have another chain 3 here. So first and second, and we can join again. And you know, it depends on the stitch really. You can join stitches. I'm joining right now middle of spaces, but it's also fine. I think like there are some lace stitches out there that may benefit from joining stitches rather than spaces. I don't know what project you have on your hands right now, so feel free to get creative and do the best for your project. So again, I took loop off the hook, inserted hook in the middle chain of the next space from the back shoulder, picking up that loop and drawing it through the stitch. And we continue, have 1 chain left here, slip stitch. This is half double crochet, 1, 2, every 3rd stitch or so is fine. Here I have a chain 2 space here. I'm going to join after that first chain. And you continue like that, making slip stitch in every stitch of this side. Let's see. Let's join in the middle of next space. another 2 double crochet here. I'm going to join this one and make sure to align stitches from both sides. So see here we've made we passed that 2 double crochet together. Here's the same stitch on the other side, and I'm in the middle of next chain space, so I have to insert my hook in the middle of this chain space. Okay, let's join again. Again, let's make sure to align stitches. Somewhere here. And continue like that to the end of the shoulder. 4, 5. Now I made 5 stitches. Inserting in the middle of the space here. This one. Stitches look a little bit different on two sides, so I have to make sure that I'm joining the correct stitch. You can use a smaller hook. I started making it with the same hook size that I've made the sweater with. So that's how it looks. Doesn't look bad. And let's check the wrong side. Yeah, it's flat. There is no seam here. With the mattress stitch, it's not too much, but still you will feel the seam. But with this method, you don't feel anything, like no irritation whatsoever. It's absolutely flat joining. So it's really a good method to make the shoulder comfortable to wear. Actually, while making this video, I'm thinking, why I didn't use this method? Maybe I should have. Alright, so I hope you like it. Let's see the second one. For the second method, we're gonna place pieces right sides together. So I'm facing wrong side here. Again, I'm inserting hook in the middle chain in the beginning of the shoulder. And again, I left a long tail here. You would want a longer tail for this one, probably like 5-6 times the length of your shoulder. So let's make first single crochet. So we joined our shoulders in the beginning of the seam. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna chain a few chain stitches and then make single crochet in both pieces. So let's make chain 3, and you can make single crochet either in stitches or in chain spaces. So I chain 3, it's kind of falls into this stitch, next stitch, 2 double crochet together. So I'm going to make single crochet in the stitch and make sure to align 2 shoulders. So if you're making stitch in the 2 double crochet together here, it should be the same stitch on the other side, on the other shoulder. So single crochet, and let's make next connection in the space. So always make sure to chain enough to get to the next point, like here. See, yeah, I can make stitch in these 2 spaces. So don't chain enough stitches not to contract your work. So I'm just inserting hook in the space, and first in the second space of the other shoulder, and just making single crochet here. I've noticed that chain 3 is about the optimal length for the between the single crochet stitches. So again, in spaces, and make sure to tighten up every single crochet after you make it. 1, 2, 3. Here we have this stitch here. Let's make in that stitch. One, two, three, in space. Maybe I should connect these 2 stitches. It depends on your project, like what stitches to join. You gotta get creative here and decide. Maybe repeat this a couple of times if you see that you would like to connect some stitches or some spaces. So yeah, again falls into the stitch. Okay, let's do that. It's not my seam, I'm just trying to show you that stitch. I'm probably going to use either mattress stitch or that first one, and for the reason I will tell you in a moment. Alright, so I'm going to chain 2 here and make into 2 spaces. I didn't leave a long enough tail for this, so I'm done. But you continue if you choose this method. So let's take a look at the right side. Let me spread this a little bit so you can see better. All right. It doesn't look bad. It's nice. I learned that stitch from our tester, Paulina Smith Maraboli. Thank you so much. The drawback of this method for me is that raised seam on the wrong side. So it's probably better to use this on the side of your sides of your garment, where that seam doesn't irritate your skin that much. But for the shoulder, I would probably prefer slip stitch method because it's completely flat. It won't irritate your skin, won't get any like bulky on your shoulder, won't raise. And for the sides, it's totally usable stitch. Looks nice and easy to make. Probably the easiest method out of 3 we talked about. So I hope this video was helpful and you decided which method you're gonna use. Thank you for watching.